Protists. Kingdom Chromista. Classification of Protista. Protista is an extremely diverse kingdom and its classification scheme is always changing. This is because Protista are not a monophyletic group, which means that not all protists share a common ancestor that is a protist. Species are assigned to kingdom Protista if they are eukaryotes that cannot clearly be assigned to fungi, Animalia, or Plantae. Most protists are microscopic, and so they are studied as part of microbiology. Traditionally, Protista is divided into three subkingdoms: animal-like protists, plant-like protists, and fungus-like protists. Modern protists appear to be the descendants of the evolutionary predecessors of the animals, plants, and fungi. Many protists, however, do not fall neatly into one of these groups, and their classification changes as molecular data is collected. Kingdom Chromista. Chromista is a relatively new classification. This diverse kingdom is more closely related to plants than it is to fungi or animals. Chromista are mostly single-celled organisms that have a common ancestor, a single-celled eukaryote with cilia and a plastid containing chlorophyll C. The plastids of Chromista are different from the chloroplasts of plants, although both carry out photosynthesis. Some lineages in the kingdom Chromista have lost their cilia and/or their plastids over evolutionary time. The collage below depicts various Chromista. Notice the diversity between the shapes, appearances, transparency, all sorts of features that distinguish various groups of Chromista. The study of kingdom Chromista provides evidence for endosymbiosis, or symbiogenesis, theory and the origin of plastids. According to this theory, larger cells engulfed smaller cells, and those smaller cells maintained a symbiotic relationship with the larger cell. The smaller cell became an organelle in the larger cell. Plants acquired their chloroplasts by endosymbiosis of ancient photosynthetic cyanobacteria, resulting in the two membranes of chloroplasts. Chloroplasts have maintained the function of photosynthesis. In contrast, Chromista with plastids are believed to have acquired their plastids by endosymbiosis of ancient red algae, which were eukaryotic and already contains chloroplasts with two membranes. Thus, the plastids of Chromista have four membranes. Chromista example: Paramecia. Paramecia, singular paramecium, are an example of a Chromista species. Paramecia have been studied extensively as an example of microbes. They are large, single-celled, ciliated organisms that do not have plastids and live in fresh water. They were first observed by early microscopists in the late 17th century. At least 30 species have been described since their discovery. A typical paramecium structure is shown on the right. Its various organelles are labeled. Paramecia eat bacteria, algae, and yeast that they sweep into their oral groove with cilia, and then close them off to form digestive food vacuoles that move around the organism. The video below shows this process. Paramecia reproduce sexually, conjugating with other organisms in order to share genetic material as shown in the video below. Conjugation is followed by binary fission, as shown in the video below.